This is Carolina AM.
Welcome back to Carolina AM. Joining me in the studio once again, local author Caleb Wygal, who's written award-winning mystery novels that are set right here in our community, actually right here on the Grand Strand. And so before we get to the Golden Mile, Caleb, first of all, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm excited about your new novel, excited about all of your success. But I want to recap this because if folks missed your appearance the last time you were here, you had written a novel called Death on the Boardwalk.
Yes.
All your novels seem to have some sort of same, the theme to them.
Yeah.
However, the last novel, you said you were inspired by watching our show, watching me in particular, and you put my character in your book.
Not like you, but somebody based around you.
And if you recall me saying,
yes,
you killed me off in that novel, which I had a bone to pick with you. And I said, if you're going to write again, can you please can you reincarnate me, like a dream sequence like Bobby Ewing and JR, that kind of thing. So I come back, the whole thing was a dream, I'm still alive, the whole 9 yards. Please tell me I'm back to life in Death of a Golden Mile.
not in this one. I do have an idea how we can do that. I do have an idea how we can do that, and you will not be harmed in this one, I promise you. But
Caleb, this is so
really,
fun.
I don't want them to know.
No, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a plan.
So,
We'll talk about it.
Okay, I'm just putting the screws to
Yeah,
you. That's
I
all
love
good.
it.
Hey, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
yet another. Now, how many novels does this make?
This
one right here?
is number 7 total.
Death on the Golden Mile.
Yes.
So, I'm always curious when I talk to authors, of course your inspiration's coming, it's all being set right here on the Grand Strand. Where did the inspiration come for this particular novel?
This one came from, I listen to a lot of music whenever I write books. When I write like action adventures, I listen to like a lot of hard rock, Metallica, stuff like that. When I write the mystery novels, I listen to like classical music, more nuanced, lets me think and lets me concentrate on the details.
That gets the juices going.
Yes, it does. So I listen to like local like classical radio stations. And I listen to like movie soundtracks. I like John Williams from the Star Wars movies, Indiana Jones, E.T., stuff like that, and like James Horner. I can't think of the other ones right now, but there's a bunch of them that I listen to. But in particular, kind of what inspired this book was John Williams, where he's getting up there in years. He stepped back from the movie industry, and I thought, well, what if there's a Hollywood movie composer who retires from Hollywood and builds a house up on the Golden Mile here in Myrtle Beach, which is one of the most upscale residential areas between like 31st and 59th Avenue North.
Beautiful
Yes,
place.
beautiful area. And I thought, well, what if he moves there? But the reason he stepped away from Hollywood is that he has Alzheimer's or something, and he has his family to take care of him, but his family doesn't have his best intentions in mind. And
that's when things go south?
Yes, that's when things, well, then there's a tropical storm passing by off the coast,
Sure, let's throw that in the mix.
Yes, which your fellow colleague, James Hopkins, helped me kind of write those scenes.
James from BTW?
Yes, actually I gave him a plug in the book.
Did you didn't kill him off in the book?
No, I did not.
Okay, we'll talk about that after the show as well.
mentioned. But this tropical storm's coming by, and then something happens that causes the whole dinner party. It's like Clark goes to a dinner party, and something happens during the storm that causes everybody to be cut off from the outside world, and then somebody gets, killed, inevitably. So he's up to him to figure out what happened, and then he has to meet like this guy's family, and nobody has his best intentions in mind because he's sick, and they was going to die soon. Like they all want a piece of his pie, and so it's chaos, but there's all kinds of twists and turns in this one.
So Caleb, how long did it take you to write this one? This particular?
This one took me about 6 months.
So okay, that's a lot of authors will have their favorite. Some write their everything out. I think that's probably old school. They used to have favorite typewriters that they would type on. How do you go about doing this? You just sit down behind a Mac and go?
No, what I do first is I have a notebook at home. I write down the basic general idea of the story. Just get it out in the universe, and let's just let it flow. And then I sit down at the computer and I write out an outline, like a brief outline of the different characters in the cast and different like rounds of questioning and what they might tell the truth about, what they might lie about, and then like a second round of questioning. It's all schematically laid out. But the way I write is it's free flowing and fast moving.
What's the longest time you've sat down and wrote without interruption? Like, okay, I'm gonna write. Without any block.
That has not happened much since I've been a stay-at-home dad for the last 5 years. Actually, my son started kindergarten yesterday. So
Congratulations.
thank you. That job title, I guess, is in the past. But the longest I've been able to sit down the last 5 years is maybe an hour or two.
Okay, that's still a lot.
But then a lot of times, like when I write that long, my brain just turns to mush. I just want to move on to something else anyway.
That's becoming that's a dad.
Yeah.
Your brains do go to mush right after that.
Yeah.
You snack while you eat while you're writing?
Well, yeah, your brains go to mush, and you get your dad bod too, so everything kind of goes to mush.
Yeah. Well, listen, we congratulate you on this. You're going to have a big book signing as well, I understand?
Yes, I have several book signs laid out here in the next week or so. I'm going to be at Benjamin's Bakery on the 21st from 4 to 5:30. I'm in Surfside Beach, so people locally can get the novel before it actually releases on the 23rd. I'll be at Back Again Bookshop next to Fresh Market on the 23rd from 11 to 2. Then I'll be at Barnes & Noble over here, Market Common, from 11 to 5 that Saturday.
You got a mini book tour going on. I like that. For folks that will not be able to get out and see you, how do they go about getting your book?
They can get it online, Amazon. They get on Barnes & Noble. It'll be available in many different stores in the area, except for Books A Million.
Gotcha. We won't say that.
Yeah.
So we'll put the links up on our website right after the show. And so I look forward to seeing you back the next time when you bring me back to life, Caleb. That's good. Great to have you.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. I have an idea.
Death on the Golden Mile. Make sure you pick up many, many copies. He's a dad. You got to support the kids. All right. Coming up, Stories of Carolina Kindness. That's next on Carolina AM.
You know I'm giving you a hard time.
Oh, I know. I love